Good day, everyone. This is Coach Reese coming at you with another great video. I'm hoping all is well with you and your family and that you're enjoying your day. The title of today's video is Chasing a Faded Dream. Chasing a Faded Dream. And I feel that this video is very important because I'm going to give you young people some very good advice on internet dating. This video is intended for young adults, probably, high school or age children or older, preferably college kids would be, the best viewing audience for this video because, I'm gonna be dealing with, internet dating and I'm not quite sure, how if you're in grade school and high school, whatever, I don't want to, disrespect your parents on, the different rules that they want you to follow as far as with internet dating. So like I say again, this video is intended for older young adults, preferably college kids. And, I hope and pray that you young people will learn something from this video and that you will grow and be a better person because of it, because of watching this video. Before I get started on my video today, I got 2 points that I wanted to talk about before I start reading my letter, and I'm gonna go ahead and get started with that. The first point I want to make is this: if you guys or young ladies decide that y'all want to do internet dating, you should never discuss money on the internet because, unfortunately, you do have a lot of scammers out here that are trying to, get as much money as they can off of you. And so anytime the person that you're emailing, they start talking about money, they want you to send them some money or what have you, do not send them any money. And it's just my personal opinion. I would just go ahead and move on to the next person, the next member on that particular website. Because if a person has serious intentions, young people, the subject of money will not come up. I want to say that again. If a person has true, sincere intentions on getting to know you, the topic of money will not come up at any time. You know what I'm saying? Because they're more interested. The person that does not want your money, they're more interested in you trying to get to know you as a person. You know what I'm saying? And they can care less about, your income and things like that. So, but like I say, of course, once you guys get into a serious relationship, y'all been dating for an extended period of time and, you guys are talking about marriage. Of course, at that point, you want to discuss your finances, but that's the only time that I recommend that you discuss your finances if you're in a serious relationship. Okay. The final point I want to make is this before I read my letter. When you're emailing someone, trying to get to know them on the internet, you shouldn't feel any pressure. You shouldn't feel any pressure to do this or that or the third. You shouldn't feel any pressure to, do whatever. I don't know what may come up when you guys are exchanging emails or whatever. And you shouldn't feel any pressure when you guys eventually, do video chats or meet in person. When you're trying to get to know someone, it should be a very comfortable and exciting experience because, in my case, if I was trying to get to know a young lady, I would be really excited to get to know her and the type of person she is and, and just go from there. And it should be a very exciting time when, you guys are doing video chats or emails or what have you. But like I say, you should never, ever feel any pressure when you're trying to get to know someone on the internet or just to get to know someone in general as far as trying to establish a serious relationship, because, anytime that you feel that you're under pressure, young people, as far as with the internet dating or just dating in general, it's just my humble opinion. I would just leave that individual alone because, that's just a danger sign, a warning sign that, there's worse days to come, when a person is trying to pressure you when they don't even know you, and actually when a person pressures you, I feel it's a sign of it's disrespectful to do that. And, I strongly advise you young people to avoid that situation. Okay, young people, um, I have a letter. I have a letter today that I'm going to read to you guys, and I'm going to go ahead and get started with that. Was it a dream or reality? It was definitely a dream. I lost my mom in March of 2025. This year has been a sad year for me because my heart was broken because of because of my mom passing away and for other reasons as well. Around early summer after my mom's passing, I decided to take a chance on love by doing the internet dating. I felt excited about the process of finding love. I had a strong desire for something real and eternal. Unfortunately, I hit a lot of roadblocks. I came across a lot of women that were not serious about their intentions. I began to feel disappointed until I met a girl from Virginia. She had all the appearances of something special. She was very intelligent, articulate, and very attractive. She had all of the attributes of a real woman. I felt the real connection. She made me smile again. The joy began to grow in my heart. She was really good with her words. You see, one thing I want you to know is that we never physically met in person. I thought I was a good judge of character, but I thought wrong. I was blinded by the kind words and care she expressed in the emails. We only had one video chat, and that chat was very brief. Yes, love is blind. I'm not saying I was in love, but I fell for the conning words. She was a scammer, and her main objective was to get as much as she could from me and dump me once she feels I had no value. I was hurt when I found out she was a scammer. Young people, I want young people, I want to give you some solid advice on internet dating. Number 1, try to try to video chat as soon as you can. If they do not want to or they are avoiding video chatting, that should be a good warning to you to leave them alone. Do not waste time emailing each other. You should make arrangements to see each other. Always meet in a public place like a mall or a restaurant. I would also encourage you to double date with your friends. If you are a single woman, I strongly advise you to arrange a double date with your best friend because if by chance he is a jerk, he won't do anything stupid with your friend there. During the course during the course of dating, listen closely to what they're saying. If they really care about you, they would be willing to video chat and meet in person. Remember this, he or she should not be angry or frustrated because you wanted to do a double date. He should be okay. He should be okay meeting your friends. Use common sense and wisdom in all that you do. Follow your intuition and use good judgment. Okay, young people, that concludes my letter for the day. In all my videos, I touch on 3 points on wisdom. I touch on a point dealing with critical thinking, and then I have an ending statement of practice. And I'm going to go ahead and get started with my 3 points on wisdom. Point number one, wise people are good listeners. Wise people are good listeners. Point number two, wise people have the thirst or desire to learn good knowledge and spiritual knowledge. Young people, point number two is very important. Wise people have the thirst or desire to learn good knowledge and spiritual knowledge. Point number three, wise people have the courage to teach their wisdom. Wise people have the courage to teach their wisdom. So young people, I encourage you to do your research on the topic of wisdom. And I pray that you all will pursue wisdom with the utmost seriousness. Young people, when you pursue wisdom with the utmost seriousness, it'll benefit you in the long run, and it'll be a tremendous blessing for you in your life. I have a statement dealing with critical thinking, and it goes like this. Always be a critical thinker, young people, especially when making big decisions. Always be a critical thinker, young people, especially when making big decisions. So young people, I encourage you to discuss the topic of critical thinking with your parents. And your parents will help you navigate the differences between making big decisions and minor decisions. Young people, I also encourage you to do your research on the topic of critical thinking. Because I'm going to tell you this, young people, it's just my humble opinion. The sooner you become a critical thinker, the better off you'll be, and it'll benefit you in the long run, okay? I have an ending statement of practice. I love you. I want the best for you. I want you to practice using love and wisdom in all that you do. Life is a game that you must learn how to play. Practicing love and wisdom with your family, friends, and loved ones creates a powerful team. Love conquers all, young people, even if you feel defeated. So young people, I encourage you to keep loving and keep growing and gaining in wisdom, and God will bless you in a mighty way. I encourage you all to hit the thumbs up on this video. I encourage you all to share this video with family, friends, and loved ones. And I encourage you all to subscribe to my channel. At the end of the day, young people, I want you to accomplish all your goals and dreams in life. As long as it is productive, I support you 110%. And also, young people, I feel that it's very important I think it's very important, young people, that you should be the best person that you possibly can be every single day of your life. That is also very important. I have one more nugget of wisdom before I officially conclude this video, and it goes like this. Don't ever think that you're better than anyone else, but rather, young people, think of yourself as just as good as anyone else. Humility is a vital key to successful life. I pray that you all will apply that nugget of wisdom to your life. Okay, young people, I'm going to officially conclude this video by saying this. May God bless you, and may God keep you until we meet again.